What's up, everybody? This your boy Zay here with another episode of the Pencil Pusher Project, episode 23.
23.
Okay. I'm here with our co-host,
Co-host is fine.
fellow pencil.
Tag team partner.
Well,
Fellow pusher. I thought about some shit like at home.
did you?
That would just be less awkward. But
My fellow pencil pusher.
my co-host is fine, I guess.
All right, yeah, because my pencil pusher sounds kind of weird.
Yeah, we can't milk the name to death. we can't. It's already hard enough to say. You're doing the intro. But
Have you ever seen a number 3 pencil?
didn't know one existed.
Does a number 1 exist? Have you seen that?
I know number 2 pencils.
I only know number 2. I've never seen like another number. All right, how you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good, man. Let's inform the audience.
Oh, okay, yeah. So, we're your hosts, Zay and Jay, here on the Pencil Pushers Project, and this is a music podcast where we talk about music and then a bunch of other shit at the same time. So,
whatever we feel like at any given day.
And we're happy to have you listen, and please subscribe, like the Facebook page, leave comments on our YouTube so we can get the feedback. We really appreciate it, and we thank you for sticking with us through this journey. If you're new, welcome to the project. Click subscribe. Stay up to date.
Did you get feedback on the visual experience from your?
No. I sent it to people, and they said, "Yeah, we looked at it." And I was like, "What you think?"
Did that make you angry? Not angry, but like that's not the right word. You know how people was like, "Y'all need to do video."
Everybody
and
complained about it.
Then we give them video, and it's like, "Oh, I didn't see it."
Yeah,
I didn't see it.
Yeah, I thought that was weird. I'm like, everybody who complained about video didn't tell me one thing about the video.
Yeah, even if it was trash, it's like, yo, my niggas, get back on the audio. that visual thing, it ain't it, G. Like, just give us that at least. Nah, but I actually put it in. I got a group chat with some of my buddies back from Florida, and shout out to you, brothers. You may not get this, but just let it rock. Never thought. Got to plug that in there.
Okay.
But I mean, hey, they tapped in, they watched the video, got a lot of good feedback. So we appreciate you guys, current and new listeners. Once again, we thank you for your support. We're gonna try to move this episode along. Before we get into that, how was your week, man? I
bought a new phone.
Coming up in the world, huh?
Boy, what? Hey, it's overdue, man. I feel like a whole new person now. I got a new gym. I didn't tell you that. I switched gyms.
Oh, you gave up on it, huh?
I had a complete glow up this week.
You tapped out, huh? What gym you going to now?
One Life in Dunwoody.
In that plaza.
That plaza.
I ain't gonna give the address because people crazy on here. I know where it's at.
Bro, that shit.
You like it?
It's lit. Honestly, it's only $10 more than what we pay. But I still got my workout anytime because the dude cut me a deal where he I don't want to get in trouble. Never mind.
he cut you a deal.
He cut me a deal.
I get it.
So I got 2 memberships now, but One Life probably about to be my main one.
You like the equipment there is pretty straight?
They got turf fields on the inside.
Oh, okay.
They got a turf field on the roof that you can work out on. The equipment there is great, bro. Like, you should really check it out.
I think it's relatively new. I remember when they was building that in that area. So I feel like it's. I know the equipment's got to be.
It's
pretty,
good, man.
Pretty top notch, or at least fairly, like I said, fairly new.
Yeah, it's a lot of douchey guys there too. So
that's part of it. That's kind of like Lifetime, where you have like those. You ever been to one of Lifetimes?
Nah, but I heard they're nice.
Yeah, same shit though. It's more. Let me not say that. It's more expensive, but it's a certain type of clientele that be in there. Them like, yo, I pay $100 a month for a gym type of people.
I mean, I feel like if you go a lot, it makes sense.
It balances out.
It balances.
That's what anything, like if the memberships, all the amenities that come with it, I feel like if you utilize all those things, then you're gonna get your money's worth. But a lot of times gyms bank on people having memberships and not even going. So that's, hell, if I'm gonna pay X amount of dollars a month, might as well try to use everything that come with it.
Yeah, they got a lot of shit there, bro. They got a bike cinema. So they have like a movie theater that's full of the bikes.
So like while you're watching movies, you could like ride the bike.
Yeah, but it's like a movie. It's like a legitimate movie theater. Like it's rows and it's kind of dope. Like it's a real dope gym.
They should do it to where like if you stop pedaling, they stop the movie. keep going, punk. They should have something like that.
Funny.
That's what I'm saying. Like if you have like like one of those bikes, let's say they have like the little screens on the front where you're watching TV, and you're pedaling and you start slowing up, and the screen starts dimming, getting darker. It's like, oh no, hey. Especially now with people at home, that's some shit people could put in their house, and since they don't want to go to the gym.
Hey, we might just came with an invention. You need to chill out.
Hey, we can't buy that. They finna sit their ass down. I got a remote.
These niggas want me to do what?
Exactly. So, but that's what's up, man.
Yeah. So I mean, it was good though. I switched. Well, I still got that on. But
what made you want to go to that? Were you looking for like any other gym, or you just kind of came across it?
When I was buying my new phone, they were setting it up, and I was bored. So I kept seeing people walk in. I kept seeing people walk in and out, and they all walked out with smiles on their faces.
That location, they caught you. Like, yeah, they waiting on their phones. That's how we gonna get them.
Yeah. So I kept seeing people walk out with smiles. I'm like, damn, I ain't never walk out my gym with a smile.
Is that what you told? Is that what you told the other dude? That's how you cut you that deal?
Yeah.
Hey, bro, I tell you, I've been going to the gym for 5 years. I ain't never left with no smile.
I ain't never left with a smile. So I was like, I'm gonna see what these dudes about.
Yeah.
Man, I walked in. I'm like, it was crazy because I think the guy knew I was about to sign up. I said, hey man, y'all doing tours? He said, yeah. I said, so are you gonna show me? He's like, nah, show yourself. That's literally what he said. He's like, show yourself. So then I just walked through.
He knew your ass was gonna sign up.
Man, I walked upstairs. I walked all downstairs, walked upstairs, came back. He just looked at me and smiled. I was like,
was it the bike cinema? He was like, oh shit,
It was a couple things that I gotta join, man. But I think they had like this recovery room, man. You know, like how our gyms got the massage. Well, picture that, but upgraded by 10. And they're recliner chairs. It's your whole body.
Yeah, I've seen those before.
So yeah, he just looked at me, smiled, and I said, "Yes, sign me up." I didn't even think twice about it. I said, "Sign me up."
That's why he didn't show you. He already knew. As soon as you walked in that thing,
he knew what time it was.
Yeah, but that's what's up, man.
So what about you? Anything interesting?
Anything interesting? Unfortunately, not really.
Oh.
Nah,
I didn't expect that.
Sorry, man. Just another week on the grind, man. It's been, like I said, it's been pretty good. Really got no complaints. Excuse me. Just hoping to get through to. I know this ain't the topic, but they open up the movies soon.
In 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, and Tenet is coming out in September.
New Mutants coming out. Isn't it crazy how much production problems New Mutants went through, and now it might save the movies? Hey, that's crazy as hell.
They might be on that 15-cent list, yo. So, you want to get into? Let's see. We're gonna start with some.
Yeah, a lot happened this week. This has been a very, very
pretty
busy
eventful.
week.
A lot of new music came out, but before that, a lot of music was sold. Apparently, so we got No ID.
Yeah, and so in case y'all haven't known, No ID, legendary producer. If you listen to this podcast, you gotta know who No ID is. And he basically sold his entire 273 song catalog for an undisclosed amount to what's the name of the people?
I want to say it's Hip Sonic. That's how it looks. It's spelled weird. Maybe it's a play on Hypnotic, but I'm not super familiar with this company, but I do know. I think we looked it up prior to that. Timbaland had also sold his catalog
to the same people.
Yeah, so I don't know if this is like kind of like their bag, or kind of what they do.
Yeah, all I know is that they're based out of the UK. That's all I know about them.
How many commas you think was in that purchase?
You got songs with Rihanna, Kanye, Jay-Z, Justin Bieber.
Bro, look at that picture. Look at he's smiling. He know he got a bag.
He knew he got a bag.
He knew he got a bag.
Lupe, Fiasco, Logic. I don't know. That Ed Sheeran, that catalog is crazy. I don't know. He definitely got above. He easily got above 300 million.
are you surprised that obviously you just ran off his resume, and like I said, in the music industry, especially in the hip hop industry, no ID, you know who he is. Are you surprised that he went this route and sold his catalog?
No, because I do think that he knows the worth of his catalog, but he also knows that he's not going to lose work with these artists. So he maybe he looked at it in a sense of, I can make this big play now, sell this. I mean, because, you know, if Jay-Z makes another album, he's still going to call No ID. And, you know, if Rihanna is making another, you know, he's probably going to produce a couple tracks on there. So he probably viewed it in the sense of, I'm still an in-demand producer, and I'm still going to be around, so I can do this again. And maybe the money maybe you just feel like the money was quicker and faster that way.
I just got to know how much they gave him, man.
It's gonna
like I said, I got to know, because to me, that's a catalog that's going to cost you. It's gonna cost you, man. And I don't think that's a big shock to anyone. A lot of times though, I think what can be interesting is how much a person views their own catalog is worth. So I would like to know what he was able to agree on and say, yo, this is what I think I'm worth. Yeah. So I think that's where I'm more so curious. If you had to ballpark it, obviously we don't know, but if you had to guess,
I don't know, man.
We talking somewhere over.
A lot of these artists have sold like over 1 billion records.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
I don't know that price. I wouldn't know. We don't even know what they gave Timbaland.
That's exactly.
And Timbaland, he got
his catalog is pretty, you know,
Justin Timberlake,
damn impressive itself. Yeah, exactly.
He got a lot of people under his. So I don't know, man. I don't know if it was a good move or not. How did you feel? You felt like he should have kept it?
Yeah. Like I said, I don't know his personal reasons for selling it. I'm not going to tell him what he should have did, but I think in my brain, I think that stuff is well over at least $500 million.
Oh, easy.
You feel what I'm saying?
Easy.
So hell, maybe $1 billion, maybe $1 billion over. So in my brain, and if I don't have any plans to stop making music, and I could just add to that catalog and continue to build upon it, and I think it's worth more to me in my possession, me personally. So I'm obviously, again, I'm not telling him what he should have did. Like I said, I'm sure, you know, he's been in the game long enough, savvy dude, smart dude, and I think they threw a figure at him that he was comfortable with, and I don't know if there's maybe any other incentives or anything with the sale, but I don't know. I really think that, you know, you got to think too, and I don't want to say it in a certain light, but, you know, let's say what if one of these artists passes away, then the catalog
explodes
that much more. You feel what I'm saying? Now the worth has gone up tenfold. So, you know, hold on to that as long as you can. In my estimation, that's
what I have a theory. That, because, you know, Spotify is based out of the UK.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they're a subsidiary of Spotify.
This company here, this hip. Yeah.
Because, I mean, think about it. We have never heard of this company, and you telling me you just pulled out,
you
however much money,
yeah,
and you got not one but 2 legendary producers catalogs
that we know of. Like I said, and I did a search on to find out the Timbaland thing, but I don't even know if these guys have anything else that they've purchased. So who knows what else they've done? And like you said, not a company that I'm familiar with, and that was. Yeah. It wasn't, to me, it was more so I was interested in like who's this company? Like I said,
and there's not a lot of information about them.
And you know, we kind of alluded to it off air. It may be a group of just
hedge fund
guys, you know,
which is possible.
So you never know. And do you see? I don't want to say I can't say a trend, but I think if their name comes up 2 or 3 more times, I'm gonna have to like.
Oh no, they gonna have to get investigated.
Yeah, better do some digging.
Because I have a feeling I think they're associated with another big company. Mm-hmm. For a company that you never heard of to pull out that kind of money, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, It's possible. Like you said, it could be a different play. Like I said, it could be a subsidiary of maybe a larger, a large company. So it's definitely possible, man.
But man, I just know he probably set his family up for generations for life.
They was already set up, but
now it's
tenfold.
I don't know, man. I hope he's happy with it. Hope he's happy. Well, you got to be happy with this decision.
Well, like I said, I don't imagine him to be. At least he just sold it, so I know he's a little happier today than he was a couple of days ago. So, and I don't think he's necessarily like hurting for it or hurting for the money. But I think like I said, I'm gonna keep an eye. We can kind of close this up in a second, but I'm interested to see this company's popping up on other types of purchases or other things in this arena. What are they gonna what do they plan on doing with these catalogs? You feel what I'm saying? So what's their end game? What's their end?
Maybe nothing.
Maybe just
that's a catalog you really could just sit on for like the rest of your life, and then pass it to your kids, and then they can sit on it for the rest of their life.
So even so that's interesting because I actually had a thought, and this is just off the top of my head, but let's say artists have had artists have been doing things with these streaming companies as far as like the numbers game and starting trying to do different things, and let's say they just decided to give the middle finger to these dudes. They're like, well, y'all do what y'all want to do. We already got we got enough catalogs here where we gonna be straight regardless. So it's like maybe it's a just in case type of thing. If the culture shifts, I mean, you already see the numbers games that these artists are playing, doing albums and then doing deluxe albums, and then if it comes to a certain thing where maybe streaming may not be as quick of a lick as just buying catalogs,
If you're an artist on these songs, do you get paid for that?
I'm not really sure, to be honest.
I'm curious how that whole process works.
Yeah.
Cause do you have to clear it with these artists? Cause I'm pretty sure him and Jay-Z be kicking it all the time. So I wonder how that conversation went.
Well, I mean, I think if he owns the rights to be able to sell it, then I think they probably broke some sort of bread with the artist
beforehand
on the front end. Yeah. So that's my take on it.
I don't know. We'll keep y'all posted as the situation evolves. Well, I guess it's already evolved. Until when we get the number, when we get an actual number on these deals,
when we get a dollar amount, I think that'll kind of give me some insight on
his decision making.
Yeah,
because I am curious.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So you want to get into
Six God?
Oh, The Boy. Okay.
Yeah.
We get into The Boy. Go ahead.
We'll save our take for the single later. Right now, we're just going to talk about the album title.
Oh. All right. So, Drizzy Drake, Mr. October's very own, Mr. OVO, Mr. Champagne Poppy, Mr. I don't know what else he goes by, but now he
goes by a lot. Drizzy Drake, Drizzy Rogers. I don't even know.
Which is why Certified Lover Boy, the title of his upcoming album.
That's a crazy album title. He's the only artist that can.
Well, it is
for an artist of his caliber to say "Certified Lover Boy."
It's kind of like we touched on it a little earlier with the video. It's kind of swaggy, kind of corny. That's his.
I think he should have named the album "Laugh Now, Cry Later." Because I mean, honestly. Maybe he could have named it "Cry Now, Laugh Later." He's Drake. Because the thing is like, Drake is known for his emotions and all that. So he really could have named it "Cry Now, Laugh Later."
I think he's at a place where he don't even
care no more.
I name the album whatever the fuck I want. It's like he's it's funny. What do you expect from? I mean, we're gonna get into the single here in a second, but. Certified Lover Boy, do you think it's going to be a bunch of women songs through and through, or are you going to think it's just going to be him?
I have a feeling he's about to be rapping. I have a strong feeling he named it Certified Lover Boy, but I think he's about to be barring people up on this one.
Oh, the old bait and switch?
Yeah, that's because, I mean, I think Drake is known for he's known for his melodies and but his lyrical ability is often overlooked, unless you're like a hip hop purist. Because if you're a hip hop purist, your favorite song isn't God's Plan. It's probably one of the Timestamp series.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I'm hoping that this is more of a rap album from him. As far as the title, though, like, I feel like it's one of his weaker titles, to be honest. Because that's the one thing Drake has always been good at. He's really good at naming his albums.
Yeah, but like I said, I mean, if you look at whether it be the album title, if you look at the cover art, what was Scorpion? Just a picture of his face.
Well, like, yeah, Scorpion was easily his weakest album title.
Yeah, so I mean,
but you got when you put that up against like Take Care. If you're reading This Is Too Late, which it was too late because he dropped a mixtape, and then he said, "Yo, it's too late." Like, I dropped my mixtape now. You know, nothing was the same. When you compare it to those type of album titles, Certified Lover Boy is like, you could have did. Even with he gave Kehlani her album title. What was it? It was good till it wasn't. He gave Kehlani that. So I'm just sitting here like, what? How
Look
did we
at
get
him.
here?
He's a Mr. Philanthropist. He's giving. I give to the people. I give.
Yeah. How do you? That's why I'm really curious about what this album's gonna be like. I'm hoping he's rapping. I really hope it's a bait and switch.
I think. Yeah, I think that. To me, I hear somebody who Drake is in a place where, like I said, he can name it whatever he name it, y'all gonna listen.
That's true.
So it's like, you know, it's crazy. It's to me, like I said, it's a little corny. I'm not, you know, I know we're giving a lot on an album title, but I think, you know, he'll, you know. The content is gonna be, if it's anything like this single.
But you know what makes me feel like it's gonna be more of a rap album is the single. I mean, because when you think about it, all his B-sides lately, you had War, you had the Heady One freestyle. They've all been rap. He's been rapping, and then you drop a song with Lil Durk, who, yeah, he's melodic, but at the same time, he's also a rapper.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah.
And you were rapping on that song. You said some, like, don't get me wrong, you had a little bit of melodies, but you were mostly rapping in that song.
Yeah.
And I don't think he's really put out a single where his first single was a rap since Take Care. Because the first single to Take Care was Headlines. And that was straight rapping. And after that, you had Nothing Was the Same, which was Hold On, We're Going Home. That's how you open that one. You had Views. What was the first single to Views? What, Controller or something? Okay. Oh, it was One Dance.
One Dance. Yeah.
You know, this is the first time he opened an album with a rap single. Okay. So I'm curious. I'm really hoping that it's a rap. You already told you, I take Rapidy Drake over Singy Drake any day.
Yeah.
Any day.
Yeah. I think I don't know how that's going to work for his audience, but I do think maybe it's time for a change of just what he's giving out, because I think he's done, like, even like with Scorpion, he tried to like play both sides, give him like the Rapidy Drake and then give him like the singing Drake, and I think maybe he's kind of moved in a space to where he got to talk some noise a little bit. He got to talk a little bit and remind people that you know, I can rap. I still do the rapping
because he can, but it's really easy to forget that.
Yeah, so. We'll save that we'll save some more of this for the single topic. Let's where are we going? Akon? Mr. What's his last name?
I don't know. What is Akon's last name?
Who knows? I was gonna try to be formal, but all right, Akon.
Give us your take. Well, we gotta tell them what's going on.
Akon says, "Dear Black people, let go of slavery." Dear Black Americans.
Black Americans.
Let go of slavery. So there was for you guys who are not aware, he did an interview, and in part of that interview with DJ Vlad, they were having discussions about slavery, not strictly slavery, but that was somewhere in the conversation. And he gave his perspective on it from how it's approached in the from Black Americans versus Africans or people, in Africa. And his contention was that people in Africa don't dwell on slavery in the same manner that Black people in America do. And basically he was saying that Black people need to let that go, or Black Americans need to let go of slavery. So that essentially is what he said. And he says that is one of the reasons that he feels that African Americans are not quote unquote where they should be. He mentioned as far as reparations, he doesn't believe that Black people are going to get reparations here in America. So it's time to move beyond that because he don't think it's coming. So obviously this drew a lot of discussion.
Yeah.
And we're going to, what did you think when you saw that part of it was a small part of like I said, a larger interview, but what did you think when you saw it?
Well, we talked about it before. I think Akon speaks from a place of, not being in it, in the sense like you're speaking from a standpoint where, you're from Senegal. You didn't have to deal with the civil rights movement. You didn't have to deal with white people, lynching, KKK. You didn't deal with any of that stuff. You're speaking from a sense of, where your country, your continent was enslaving each other. It was Black people enslaving Black people. So I feel like he's speaking from a stance of, hey, this is how we tackled it, so maybe you guys should try it that way, but it doesn't work that way. You don't wake up in the morning and hear about an African police officer killing an unarmed Black person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you don't hear about those kind of things. Mm-hmm. So, or you don't hear about systemic racism in Africa. And so for him to speak and say that kind of stuff, it looks, I think it looks kind of bad on his part, because he's speaking from a stance of not knowing and not dealing with something that, I don't know. I feel like I'm there, but I'm like losing my thing.
No. I think I get the gist of what you're saying. For me, I think there was a lot of just a very broad generalization. Yeah. In terms of how Black Americans feel about slavery and how they feel. One thing that I think people tend to overlook or forget is that when slavery ended and our ancestors moved forward as he suggested, there was a period in time, I think via segregation, where Black people, we had our commerce and how we had communities, we did business with each other. We grew to a place where we had some level of a community that essentially was taken from us. You look at the Wall Street, Black Wall Street. Black folks have attempted for, even again, after slavery, they have attempted to live the American dream, quote unquote. All these catchphrases and slogans, pull yourself up by the bootstraps. We've attempted to do a lot of those things. Yeah. If you look at African Americans coming into money, and because of redlining, they can't move to a certain neighborhood. Mm-hmm. Now, because they can't live in a certain neighborhood, their children are subjected to a certain level of education.
You lose certain opportunities.
Exactly. So the shit that he's talking about, this is basically, it's addressing the effects and not the root. He's looking at the effects. Black people in a lot of ways are frustrated because whether it be owning a business and trying to get loans from the banks, the same loans that they give to white counterparts, and it's a lot more that is involved in that than simply holding on to slavery. There's opportunities where Black people want and try to do better for themselves, but a mom goes to jail because she tries to put her kid in a better school in a certain zip code, but because that's against the law, she's put in jail for some reason.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Like there's many instances of black people, and I think, and I don't want to speak with a broad brush, but I think for me, my whole mindset, I think that I don't obsess with racism too much. I do know it exists, but I try not to centralize everything that goes on in my life around white people, because I think that is a dangerous way to limit yourself in certain capacities. Mm-hmm. But essentially, I just want you out of my way. Meaning, like, these systems and these things that are in place that hurt. And I think that's what a large part of Black Americans want. We work hard. Look, we got more black graduates of colleges now. You have more black people who own their own businesses now. Mm-hmm. So, like, what the fuck is he talking about? We are constantly elevating ourselves in our demographics to doing these things. I think even in the past 4 years, people talk about black unemployment being the lowest ever. I think what gets overlooked behind that is that a lot of black people are owning. They decided to own their own businesses now. They decided to do it for themselves, and embracing the power of self ownership in a way that hasn't been in the past. And what still ends up in front of us is that, again, black businesses can't get. We have to jump through extra hoops to get certain loans that white counterparts don't have to jump through. We have to jump through extra hoops to get home loans in certain neighborhoods because of the way we look.
Yeah.
So it's very generic and lazy just to say that black people are holding on to slavery.
Yeah.
And that's why we can't get ahead.
Yeah.
When all we've been doing, in spite of everything that's been laid out in front of us, is improving in certain demographics in certain areas that show that we are pushing forward and we are looking to essentially, like I said, we just want the same opportunity.
Yeah.
It's not about getting a handout. It's not about getting a free pass. It's not about any of that. It's about, let me create some shit and get the fuck out the way. That's all we want. That's all we really want, is to be left alone and let us create shit.
Yeah.
That's essentially what we want, but that doesn't happen.
Yeah. I think the most confusing part about the whole thing that he said, I'm just saying, because he's not a dumb person. I think that's the part that I was really confused about. He seems like a guy who does his research, who knows. You know what I'm saying? He's aware of what's going on here. But so for him to make a statement like that,
I think he's a little detached from reality. I think because he was able to give a bunch of people lights in Africa, that he thinks that's just how things go. Like everyone can do that.
Yeah.
He thinks, like, look, he was lightning in a bottle, essentially. Like, he became successful off of his music, and he was able to leverage that and make a lot of differences in his country, his home country, or his,
right.
You know, and that's nothing that I'm poo-pooing, because I think that's great. But I think that, again, to try to simplify things and say that we are not in the positions that we should be in. Again, this is him because he's generalizing. He's saying Black America as a whole.
Yeah,
is because we're holding on to slavery. And in terms of his reparations comments, there's plenty of black folks. Myself, I personally don't think reparations is coming. I think that's a train that ain't coming.
Yeah,
because between that, I mean, fuck. You look at
they don't even want to give us money for coronavirus.
That's what I'm saying. They can't come to an agreement on a second stimulus package. You think they're gonna be able to figure some shit out about reparations?
Nah, there's no way. It's no way.
That's what I'm saying, bro. So a lot of black people have come to terms and come to grips with the idea that reparations is just not a reality.
Yeah, I don't know, man. He that was the very best. It kind of blew me when he said it. I don't know. Do you think he just has a different stance with slavery just because, you know, African slavery was kind of different also?
I think it's just a bad comparison because it's not the same.
Nowhere near.
And there's things that in Africa, there's things that they're experiencing that are not the same as us. whether it be an exploitation of their resources by different European countries, the situations with their you have China giving out loans to they're experiencing their own hardships in different ways that are not comparable to the American experience. So I think and I think to me, this is just a growing up in I've never been to Africa, but I can imagine growing up in Africa is a little bit different than growing up in America, or a lot of bit different. So I think to make those comparisons as if Africa doesn't have its own problems that it deals with, I think is just a little bit short-sighted. Yeah,
I don't know. I expected Twitter to go in on his ass, and they didn't. Twitter didn't go in the way I expected. I don't think a lot of people heard about this.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's part of it. I think you have, maybe it just didn't catch the same type of attention,
which is surprising because it seems like everything catches attention now. So I thought for sure.
Well, I think there's another topic that we'll get into more in a little bit here. I think that's gotten a little bit more attention. Yeah, because it is more directly associated with America. Yeah. Than some African guy speaking.
telling us to get over our problems.
Yeah. So, but yeah. I think that's about all I got for that one. You want to stay in that pocket?
Nah, man, you bodied that.
Well, no, I'm talking about just like the going to.
I feel like all these are kind of related, but
we could breathe a little bit. We can go to music and come back if you want to. It's up to you, bro.
Nah, I kind of want to. Let's stay kind of serious.
No, you okay? You. I told you, bro. This you. I'm okay. You running the point.
Man, let's shit, cancel culture then, and then we'll.
You got beef with cancel culture, right? That's what you saying.
I've never liked cancel culture. I think cancel culture is really stupid. I think, you know why I think cancel culture is so ridiculous? It's because, for one, the people who try to cancel people don't ever have a full story. That's something that has always been a thing with cancel culture is you just got people who read a headline and they're like, oh man, what? Oh, let's get him or her out of here. Let's get this company out of here.
So let me real quick, just to kind of frame this up a little bit, because we were kind of coming up with some issues and some discussions. Was there something that you came across as far as like an article or something that made you want to tap into like the cancel culture discussion, or you think this is something that's
just something that's been going on?
It's kind of bubbling.
You had like the Nick Cannon thing. You had Ellen DeGeneres. Okay. You got a lot of situations right now where people are trying to call all these celebrities out. Okay. And it's just, I'm just sitting here thinking, why does everybody think that they're so perfect? Because I think that's what cancel culture, I think that's the biggest problem, is that you got all these opinionated people who act like they've just lived these perfect lives. And make no mistake, I think what people tend to forget is that cancel culture, the people who are canceling people. Damn, I lost it.
No, go ahead.
The people who are canceling people, like I said, they don't read into the whole thing. I think a prime example of cancel culture is, I don't know if you've seen this incident, but you had the guy from Costco. There was this guy in Costco. It was a video where he refused to put on a mask. So the store was like, yo, you need to get out. And the guy was like, nah, I'm staying. He put out his phone. Hey, this guy's trying to take my rights, make me put on a mask. And that whole mask shit is stupid. That's something else. That's a whole nother argument. But anyway, so, then you have people like, oh, let's find out who this guy is and get him fired from his job. And, that's essentially the problem with cancel culture is you're ruining people's livelihoods. Because, okay, you get this guy fired from his job, right? So you get the guy fired, and then what? He still has to provide for his family. You still have to, he's going to have to find another job, but you already done stained this man's reputation for what? A 30-second video that y'all know nothing about? Not saying, and I'm not saying here saying he was in the right. I mean, yeah, everybody should wear a mask. Even if you feel like you shouldn't, even if you feel like wearing a mask is stupid, it's not about you at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? People aren't wearing masks because they think it's the right thing to do. You're wearing masks to make other people feel comfortable. because that's the standard we're all at right now. So you got people losing jobs over this. You got people losing livelihoods over little things and past events that are being judged by people who hardly ever either don't know the whole story, or normally those people are flawed themselves. And that, I think that's I don't know. This cancel culture is stupid, man.
Well, let me chime in. And I think my issue with cancel culture is that I just had it. The issue that I have with it is that I think it ruins conflict resolution. To me, it's not a very effective means of conflict resolution. Like if you have something that's bothering you or something that you come across, let's say for example, someone has tweets from 10 years ago. Now, we got to be honest. In 10 years prior to this, we were in a different time, different verbiage that was being said was not looked at in the same light.
Yeah.
As a society, we've progressed beyond that, and now we understand that those words that were used in that time freely and without repercussion are now words that we understand that should not be used. So now people have learned, or they've adapted to the society that we live in now. And in today's time, they understand that, okay, maybe that's not a word that I should be using in any context. I understand that was wrong. 10 years ago, that was just how we did things. Okay.
Yeah.
Now you bring that to a person's attention, right? And they say something like that. Okay, well, it was the time that we were in. That's certainly not how I feel now. Mm-hmm. So in an effort to correct the quote unquote wrongs of everything in society, there has to be a way, and it has to be a case by case situation, in my opinion. There are certain things that I think a person does, and there's certain behavior that I think that does warrant a level of quote unquote canceling. But to me, it's not somebody said some shit that you didn't like, or they did some shit that you didn't agree with. So now we finna go look them up on Facebook and
find where this guy lives.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think that it's just a very dangerous thing. And the second part of that is typically the individuals who champion this cancel culture, I would say, tend to lean to the more progressive side in terms of our society. Okay. Mm-hmm. So then what happens when you have people who, a la Ellen DeGeneres, you have your own in your crosshairs. Mm-hmm. And you find out that she's not everything that she championed and she said and that she thought she was. And now, to me, it's like it's only a matter of time before it's your turn. Because if we're going to sit here and pretend like we all are perfect, we're not. Yeah. And I think with error, there needs to be a fair space for someone to have correction and self-reflection and say, okay, I made a mistake. I accept responsibility. Because now what we have is just a bunch of, it's pretending. It's a facade. Like to me, all this shit it's a facade. So now people just pretend to live a certain lifestyle. They pretend like your character is your character. I don't care what you post online. I don't care what you tweet. I don't care what you say to that's gonna catch the attention.
Right.
It's like eventually your character is gonna catch up with you. So it's like I don't give a damn what you believe in terms of like your religion. I don't care what you believe in terms of like just your quote unquote moral compass. The way that you carry yourself and the way that you treat people, it's always gonna pour out. It's gonna pour through.
Yeah.
And to me, there's a lot of people who they get on their high horses. So the people that are always on the high horses and talking the most shit about trying to get somebody out of here, to me, it's like it's like the clock is ticking. It's only a matter of time before we catch you. We catch you in a human moment,
and that's normally what
happens. And then you're gonna want some empathy. Yeah. You're gonna want the freedom that you didn't allow the same people that you try to get rid of, the freedom to be human and to make a mistake, and to not be cast out from society,
right,
or from a court of public opinion because you did some stupid shit. or you said some fucked up shit. I'm not saying they shouldn't be reprimanded or they shouldn't be, you can tell someone how you feel. Yo, man, I thought that was fucked up what you did.
Yeah.
And you need to know that that's not acceptable. And to me, it's like, it's just not, again, it's not a healthy way of conflict resolution. It's not a healthy way of really having people examine themselves, because it's just very much, it gets hold of the right person and then the pitchforks come out and everyone is trying to get this person out.
And I think another big problem is I think too many corporations pay attention to it. Like, you got corporations who give power to this, and it's the prime example. Even right now, you got Dan Harmon with the Rick and Morty thing. You heard about that?
Oh yeah.
You got that. You had James Gunn with Guardians of the Galaxy. You got all these little situations, and the worst part is the Dan Harmon thing. They discovered that like 3 years ago, and he apologized for it. And he apologized for it 3 years ago.
No one ever looks that up. They always can find the dirt, but they can never find the part where they was like,
Ben said, "Yo, this is old." Like, and only people who follow him know that. But now that the whole internet, not even the whole internet, because I think the problem is, I think people think that cancel culture is this big huge thing, but what people don't realize is that there's more people who follow politics than people who follow all this pop culture shit. But the problem is, when all the people who follow pop culture shit hop on one subject, it's normally with those companies, and it makes it seem like it's this real big outrage. But majority of the time, it's really not. But that's.
Let me give you one more angle. Let's say a person comes across something and they say, "Yo, this person, you see this post that they made, they need to be canceled, blah, 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 blah. They need to get put out of here." But let's say you don't feel that way. Let's say you just say, "Damn, that's some fucked up shit," but I'm not canceling that nigga.
Yeah.
Then this is what I really hate. When you don't feel the same way that person does, then that means you're complicit with the person. So it's like they shift it and they say, "Oh, well, because you don't want them canceled, or because you don't think that they should be canceled, that means you're condoning what they did." No, the fucking no. That just means I could look at shit and I could say, "Okay, he did some foul shit," but I personally don't see a reason to not allow him or her the opportunity to own up to that mistake, be held accountable in that period of time. Like I said, there does have to be a period of time where they have to suffer a little bit. I think, to a certain degree, that is fair, but then allow them a chance to atone and be and learn from that and be better from that. And that, to me, that's what, like, the worlds collided. Once upon a time, people started being open to the fact that we're not perfect, whether it be how they look physically, their mental health, all these things to try to be, because we were on this whole thing of acceptance, accepting each other because we're not perfect. And now we have instances when people aren't perfect and then they get crucified. So which one is it?
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Like I said, I do feel like a big part of it is they're just giving too much power. We're giving too many power. We're giving too much powers to too many opinions that don't matter. Because I know me personally, I can think of too many instances. Even Kevin Hart with the Oscars thing.
Yeah, that's
another big one.
Yeah, exactly. And then, we kind of get in the same point. But one more thing, and then I guess we can move on.
Yeah.
But like, every time a kid wins a Heisman Trophy, somebody pulls up some shit they said when they was a teenager.
Yeah.
14 years old, and it's like, that was like almost 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And you know how much stupid shit I said when I was in middle school? And I didn't have Twitter. I didn't have nothing like that. Mm-hmm. But I said a lot of out of bounds shit as a teenager. And to me, I'm 20 years removed from that stuff. And obviously I don't feel differently. I've grown. I've matured. I've learned that there's a better way to you have to be more tactful with how you speak to people and not just speak willy-nilly about certain things. And I've learned that from growing up. And to me, there has to be a little bit deeper analysis when someone makes a mistake than just an automatic, "Oh, they got to go." Mm-hmm. So I think that's where it loses a lot of people, because it's like, okay, where's the room for human self-correction, self-reflection? So it's like either we're gonna be perfect or we're gonna be saints, but you can't try to preach both.
You just said the same thing twice.
I know.
Oh,
but but essentially,
I get what you're saying.
But it's just like you're saying two different things to me.
Yeah.
So it's like,
I also think cancel culture, it lets people ignore their own flaws. It takes away from. I think cancel culture takes away from a lot of. I don't know, man. I can talk about this shit all day.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like I said, I didn't want to. I could really go there, but like I said, I don't. I think we kind of made the point, but I think it just, like you said, and I think it's a good way to avoid self-reflection. You talk shit about other people.
Oh yeah, it's always easier to look at someone else versus, it's like people who can't sit in the room by themselves. Mm-hmm. You at the end of the day, you can flex all you want on the Instagram and Twitter, and you can talk all this bullshit, but when you walk in your house and you by yourself, like, you know who you are.
Yeah, I agree.
So I don't know. That's just my 2 cents on cancel culture. You want to? No.
I said my piece.
All right. Well, anyway, on to the next.
Speaking of cancel, oh no, that's that we doing music.
Who got canceled?
Well, I ain't gonna say she got canceled, but
you're talking about? Oh, okay.
Kamala.
So Kamala. All right. So first off, congrats to Kamala Harris for getting elected vice president. Oh, not vice president, but vice president. Selected for the nominee. Democrat. Yeah.
Selected as vice president.
Yeah, so congrats to her. I wish we had a hand clap drop, man. We really got to get this drop shit. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So, yeah, congratulations to Kamala Harris. She will be running with Joe Biden in this upcoming election. So, is she the first black woman? Is she the first Indian woman?
Man.
Is she the first? Let's get it. Let's.
This. All right. So, in case y'all are unaware, Kamala Harris is currently being questioned, not even really questioned, about her birthism or whatever.
There's a conversation surrounding her ethnicity.
Yeah. And they're like, yo, what does she identify as? Who should she identify as? So, in case you don't know, Kamala Harris is Southeast Asian. I forgot the specific, and her father is Jamaican. Now, before I do my deep dive, do you want to go? You want to go in?
No, I think I was a little bit long on the cancel culture.
All right.
But no, I'll let you rock.
So, this issue to me is really stupid, and for a lot of reasons. For one, Kamala Harris can identify as whatever the hell she wants to identify as. That's number one. So she shouldn't be forced in this thing where she has to identify as either Asian or black, because at the end of the day, they try to do the same thing to Barack.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like they say, yo, man, Barack wasn't born here. He was born in whatever the fuck. And at the end of the day, guess what? Y'all still acknowledge him as the first black president. So it's one of them things where I don't get why she's getting pigeonholed into this position to where she has to defend herself. And the worst part is, if people would have never found out about her being Southeast Asian, y'all would just kept thinking she was black anyway. If Kamala Harris walked down the street right now, before all this even happened, nobody would have looked at her and be like, oh man, she's Asian? You know what I'm saying? If she gets arrested, guess what she's gonna get identified as? A black woman. And I think it's kind of a shame that you got all these black voters talking about, is she black enough? Nigga, is she black enough? Nigga, are you black enough? like, you know what I'm saying? It's so crazy to me, because that, I feel like that shows more of a you problem than a her problem. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. I don't know. I read a lot about it, because this shit kind of
once again. Oh, my bad.
Go ahead.
So this is where I got to cut through the shit. y'all already said y'all gonna vote for anybody that ain't Trump. So what the fuck do it matter anyway?
Exactly.
y'all already vote for Joe.
Y'all niggas put Joe Biden
like
up there.
To me, people don't already pick sides. So what the fuck are y'all talking about? Like, regardless of whatever y'all think she is or identifies as, if I'm to my knowledge, she says she identifies as a black woman.
Right.
When look, to me, that's fine. She say that's what she says she identifies as.
I'm not questioning.
I don't have time for that. I don't have time.
She had blacker than half the people who talking all this shit.
I don't have time to like argue with motherfuckers about this. So what does it affect? Does it affect who you're gonna vote for? Does it affect how you? I mean, what are we doing here? Like
exactly.
we just, and like you said shit. You talked about Barack. History repeating itself.
Same shit.
So it's like, look, man, this is where I think we end up getting super obsessed with identity. And we've already decided, or not we, let me not say we, but a large group of people have already decided that regardless of whoever is opposite of Donald J. Trump, they're gonna vote for. That's who you're voting for. So even like digging up her past as a prosecutor and things like that, which
y'all already knew.
And again, so if you want to criticize those things, that's fine. At this point, to me, the more conversation that you have about things that don't entail to their policies and what they plan to do if they are elected, this is like Hillary all over again in terms of like Hillary was, as far as I know, everything was just about anybody but Trump.
Yeah.
Like, you don't tell me who to vote against. Tell me why we should vote for you. If you're gonna sit here and focus on, because that doesn't create action. Creating or focusing on the opposition, and this is kind of like tied into this is a little bit of tied into how I told you earlier about how I don't centralize the white man and make him like the center of everything that I experience in my life as far as like issues. So now we're centralizing Donald Trump as this supervillain, and the whole theme is just get him out of office. Mm-hmm. So now we're not even talking about her qualifications. We're not talking about what they plan to do in office. Yeah, and we're moving further and further away from that, and we're stuck on identity. Yeah, and we're stuck on that. And so at the end of the day, she should do one. Not she should, but I'm sure there's somewhere there's a interview there's somewhere where she's said she identifies as a black woman.
Bruh, she disclosed this 5 years ago.
So it's like, why are we still going through this?
Exactly.
Why are we going around in circles with this thing? And
it's not even that serious.
We're on fucking planet Earth. People are multicultural. Like, people are multiracial. Like, this is not like some revelation.
The U.S. has the fastest growing multiracial population in the world right now.
Breaking news: she's mixed with shit.
So like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, she went. I'm not about saying say all these things to qualify her as a black woman, but I mean, come on, nigga. She went to Howard University. She pledged Delta. She fucking or Alpha. I don't know. She pledged.
I believe it's Delta.
Okay, so she pledged. Alpha.
Alpha.
Thanks, Ed.
Thank you. Whoa.
She did. She pledged Alpha. She was in the protests. She was in the marches. She stood for all the shit that we have been striving for. But now all of a sudden, she's Indian, which has been known for years now. But you niggas just catching up because now she's in a higher position, and it's some bullshit to me because. You know,
when she ran for president, or when she was a presidential nominee, she was black.
Yeah, she was black. But now that she with Joe Biden, she actually might be getting somewhere. Oh, now she's fucking Indian. Like, and the thing is what people tend to forget is that her community is also really racist. You know, she's going to experience racism on both sides. So now you got black people trying to make these excuses. But you also have Southeastern voters, because I don't know if you niggas ever travel, but they're pretty racist over there too. So it's one of them things where it's kind of a shame to see, because here we are, you about to have your first black woman who could possibly be vice president. Just everything you niggas complain about, you got it in the flesh. And the same niggas who complained about it are the same niggas who are complaining about her being Indian and saying, is she black enough? Bro, this shit pisses me off. I hate people.
Well,
like, I swear,
this,
I hate people, bro.
Well, this is again, for me, this is the issue that I have with whether it be television, whether it be movies, whether it be fashion, whether it be in politics. And let me not say we, a lot of people, not all people, but a lot of people, they're super honed in on someone's ethnicity or their racial identity in terms of representation. So Barack was a black president that a lot of black people said didn't do shit for black people. So it's like, what the fuck is really important? The person, is it like what is really important to you? Like what the face that sits in the seat, or what they plan to do?
Exactly.
Like what is the policies that are going to benefit our people as a whole? So I'm sorry to say to you, there's no such thing as a black experience, because there's multiple experiences for black people all across the world. We all grow up in different society. We all grow up in different environments, different neighborhoods. There's not one black experience. One person is not less black because they went to a different school, or their parents were in the military, or they grew up in the suburbs, or they grew up in the hood. Like there's nothing that qualifies or disqualifies a person as a black person because they have not lived this perceived true black experience. Because there's not one. There is, we all live and we grow up in different things, and that's what makes us, that's what's supposed to make us so great, is because we're all different.
Yeah.
But somehow this is that infighting bullshit that I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It's like we obsess over the wrong shit.
Mm-hmm.
We obsess over because what qualifies, what disqualifies. Like, who the fuck are you to say that? Like, who are you? Like, and
who are you?
To me, that's the arrogance of the person. Like, who the fuck are you?
That's my point.
To be the person to qualify or disqualify somebody.
Yeah.
And that's where I get off at. Whether or not you like her, or as a person who is in that position as a vice presidential nominee and a candidate based off of her previous history as a prosecutor, that's something that's different. Because now we're getting into the meat and potatoes as far as like her qualifications. If you got an issue with her qualifications based off of that, then okay, now we talking about something that's substantial.
Yeah.
Then we can rock with that. I'm not saying you gotta like the woman. You ain't gotta like nobody. But what I'm saying is, it's just a bunch of silly, like, arguing about dumb shit that again,
it doesn't matter.
You're gonna wake up and you've already made up in your mind that even though Joe Biden told you niggas, you ain't black.
You ain't black. Y'all let Joe Biden get that shit off, but y'all worried about this bullshit.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like he told y'all niggas straight to the. And listen, man. So I'm off of it, bro. Let's talk about some music, man. I'm sorry.
And I got one. I did want to say
go ahead,
one
G.
more thing. Damn, I lost it, man. I lost it. I don't know. I'm so sick of it. This is another one of them. This is one of them things, man. Everybody don't need a voice, man. I swear. I know everybody. I know people love to say, man, hear them out. Fuck that. Like, everybody don't need to speak, man.
No, they can speak, but you got to be ready to have your shit challenged. Because that's like I said. You say, look, like, freedom of speech is fine. You can say how you feel, but everyone don't got to feel that. Everyone don't have to have the same train of thought that you have. And like, I don't subscribe to a lot of shit that a lot of people would subscribe to, and that's fine. But like I said, we are looking at the wrong thing. And I think this over analyzation of the woman's ethnicity, for what? Oh. The juice is not worth the squeeze.
Yeah.
That's it. The juice ain't worth the squeeze.
I remember what I was about to say.
Oh, go ahead, bro.
Are you familiar with the one drop rule?
Somewhat, yeah.
So, in case y'all don't know, the one drop rule is basically in the old days, like during slavery and all that, if you had a drop of blackness in you, you were considered a slave. Period. Didn't matter. You're a slave. And where am I going with this? I'm about to take this shit too deep.
I told you, man.
Let's change the subject. Hey, look, can we take 5?
Oh yeah.
Let's take 5, man. We'll come back with music.
We'll be back. All right. So welcome back.
We had to take a snack break.
Had to take a break.
Niggas was hungry.
Yeah. So we told you guys we are a music podcast. I promise we didn't lie. We just got some other shit in our heart we had to get out real quick.
Yeah.
But,
damn, that took an hour.
That's what I said. Yeah.
It took a whole hour.
Yeah, I promise you we are a music podcast. So without further ado, we are going to get into some music because there was some projects that came out this week. And
you can pick the first one. I don't care.
I'm going to start with Dave East because that's the first one I listened to.
Okay.
Karma 3.
That's the first one I listened to.
So I'm not trying to go too deep on it.
Are you a big Dave East fan?
I want to be, but
Okay.
I think I was looking at him as an artist first, and then I got disappointed at his trajectory. So I just looked at him as like solely like a rapper. And what I mean by that is like you know how we talk about like the Currencies of the world and the Dom Kennedys of the world, basically meaning like when they put out music, you kind of just know what to expect. You're not really looking for like a hit song or stuff like that. But I think Dave East, in my opinion, he's kind of put himself out as like wanting to be an artist and wanting to like have songs that are hits. And to me, I've always felt like he can rap. Obviously, he's talented, but I feel like he's missed some of those other intangibles, delivery. His flow is kind of like, his voice is monotone. Like regardless of whatever the beat of the song is, his voice kind of like stays in that little space. And to me, that's kind of taken away from like, I don't know. I think he should be a lot better than what, or not, I should say better. I feel like if he wants to be an artist, he's still got some room to grow. He can rap. So, you know.
There's no question that there's one thing he can do.
He can rap. There's no
debate about
it. But going into Karma 3, Handsome I already heard before. So I mean I like that song.
Handsome's good.
Yeah,
that's a good song.
So I follow Mike and Keys, the producers, on Instagram. So they already kind of had the song out for a little bit. They made one little change I didn't like. They took like one of the vocal part out in the beat. They took it out, but other than that, it was cool. I'm not gonna do a track by track, but I will say that it's solid. It's solid. It's really good. The features were kind of hit and miss. I thought Trey Songz's feature was a little bit weak.
Yeah, Trey kind of phoned that one in.
Yeah, his feature was
phoned that one in.
You know, and I think he's better than that. Trey's much better than that for me. The Young Dolph feature is pretty good. Bino's feature is pretty good. Of course, when I seen the track list, I seen Benny on there, so that was a song I was like waiting for to see. Like, okay, let me see if Dave actually tried to give a gentleman's effort. And he sounded a little bit more boastful. He did have a shot at Lil Nas X.
He did.
He said, I'm from the projects. I don't give a fuck about no Old Town Road. He said it in the bar. He threw a little shot. Because I don't know if you remember, he shit on the song
when it first came out. I do remember that,
and he caught heat for that.
Yeah.
So that was him kind of circling back, like, yeah, nigga.
No, I still feel the same.
yeah. Energy the same. And they tried to cancel Dave East, but yeah, you bastards. No, I'm just kidding. But solid body of work. My standout songs are Handsome, Unruly. I love the Get the Money beat, and I like Trouble's feature.
I like Trouble. Yeah, he sounded good.
Yeah, I love the beat. I thought Ross. I heard like, damn, Ross would have destroyed that beat. It kind of had like some of that the little timing that they kind of do, like with some of the more luxurious shit that I like. Broke or Not, I really like. Jazzy, it's a good feature. I thought it was pretty good. Stone Killer. They had the little back and forth in the last verse. Dave East and Benny. I thought it was pretty solid. I think knowing Benny was on there, he kind of tried to step his bars up a little bit.
Oh, he knew what time it was.
Yeah,
he definitely knew what time it was.
Benny still got him, but again, that was the song I was really like hoping to like, and I like that song. It's really good. And again, with some of these features, you could even tell like to me the difference in their energy stands out. Like you have the features are a lot more energetic. Mary J. Blige, she's not gonna give you no.
When's the last time you heard a Mary J. Blige sing? I feel like it's been a while.
she sang when she found out she had to give half her money away to. She's saying that. Hey, crying to that judge. But that's good though, because that means the next album she come out with, it shouldn't.
That thing gonna be packed with features.
Listen,
it's gonna be a banger.
Listen, Mary with Turmoil that's
best. That's best Mary.
God's here. I give it an 8. Like I said, it's a solid body of work. I thought it was good.
Are you familiar with the Karma series?
Not extremely.
Well, when I went into it, I expected a different vibe. This is more was like P2 vibes, But the Karma series has always been about bangers, because it's actually a mixtape series. He just made this one an album, but
it still sounds like a mixtape.
Yeah, but it's P2. It's not bangers. He only had 2 bangers. He had the ones with a Boogie with the Hoodie smoked this feature, by the way. I thought he did pretty good. And he had to say what I said with Doughboy, which was another banger. And after that, I mean, you had Fuck That with Young Dolph, but I didn't really like that song.
Oh, you know what? Okay. Real quick, I'm sorry. That was a song to me that was like, damn, Dave. You hear like the energy of the song. That could have been like a really good song.
He sounded monotone as hell.
To me, that's like the song that stood out. That was like, damn, bro. Like, give me some inflections. Give me something that show like.
Cause you got Dolph always brings energy.
Yeah, and the song is basically saying like, yo, man, like, give me like if he performed this song that way, I'd be pissed. I
think I went into this album expecting something different. Cause I like I said, I listened to Karma 1 and 2, and they're both full of bangers. I mean, he had the occasional deep song, like he had Hate Being Broke on Karma 2, but he also had Check with Offset, so it's one of them things where I expected one thing and I didn't get it, and I was kind of disappointed. It's a good album, and that doesn't take away from the quality of the album. Don't get me wrong. It's a good album. I just wish it wasn't what you
It
should have been Karma 3.
Should have been something different.
Yeah, that would have been like Lil Wayne making the Drought 3 and calling it the Carter 5. You know what I'm saying? It's
not the move. No, I feel you.
So I think the title, and that's only if you follow Dave East also. And Dave East, I follow Dave East. I really like Dave East. So I went in expecting one thing, didn't get it, but I mean, it is what it is. I didn't revisit it after I finished it, honestly, because and like I said, that doesn't speak to the quality of this album. It's a good album. It's just not the album that I wanted because of the title.
Yeah.
So, but I did man, I really like that song. Said What I Said, but I like the bangers. That's the problem, because that's what I was expecting. I like Handsome. But we heard Handsome came out months ago. So.
Yeah.
Anyway, the production was good. If you listen to P2, you kind of already knew what to expect. It had some Does his production kind of remind you of like a city? Like, does it feel like you're in a city? If that makes sense. I don't know. I can't describe it. It's like urban style. I don't know. Something about his production. His production always has like a distinct feel to it. Not the bangers, just the ones where, like on P2 he had the opening track. God damn it.
Well, I think he generally more or less kind of works with some of the same guys, so I know he has.
Yeah, I think that's something he needs to. That's something else he needs to. I think he needs to stop working with the same people.
I think he needs to try to, and there's another project we're gonna go into here shortly. Well, 2 of them actually, but he needs a sound. He needs like when you listen to like a Griselda and you kind of know
what time it is.
Yeah, or like you listen to like a Dom. Like, and I guess to your point, like what you were saying, like he was expecting something.
I was, yeah.
And I think if he had something that was more distinct, to kind of, at least if anything else, just kind of help to cater more to his, like I said, the thing that really kind of takes me away from him in terms of like just being like a really big fan of his is just he raps like he's like, shit, I gotta do a song today. Like he raps like it's like a job. So there's nothing really.
He's like how 21 Savage used to be. Literally, that's what that is.
So So like I said, the man got lyrics. The man, he can flow. He has all the technical pieces of it. But to me, it's those nuances of the performance of the rapping.
And I think a part of that is I think he works with the same producers, and you know, when you work with the same people, you get used to the same sound. And yeah, it works, but for how long?
Yeah, and I think part of what can make a song bang is like the vocal performance, not just the beats.
I don't think I ever heard a nigga yell on the song.
That's what I'm saying. It's like,
now that I think about it,
you know, and to me that those things, it's like, if you want to call it charisma, if you want to call it, you know, energy, just different levels, like I said, there's songs where the different tracks have different sounds or different vibes. Like you have like your more like up tempo shit. You got like I said, fuck that. To me, it's like that's like 110. Like
yeah,
and his energy is like the same shit as it was on Handsome.
That's definitely the song. If you're gonna yell on any song, you're yelling on that song.
So it's like, you know. But what would you give it number wise?
I don't know. 7. I actually thought P2 was better than this. In terms of the sound that he was chasing, like I said, this gave me P2 vibes, and I think P2 was better.
Gotcha.
But anyway, favorite songs: Handsome, Get the Money, Thank God, Said What I Said, Menace was good.
Oh yeah, I like Menace too.
Yeah, Menace was
same
good.
producer. Well, Mike and Keys did that too. I'm kind of biased, but
I was expecting more from that Young Dolph song, man. I really was. Cause I love Young Dolph, and you got those two. I was expecting something for real, but anyway, Stone Cold Killer. Know How I Feel. The Mary J. Blige song, I think I like it for the lyrical content more, because he actually did pretty good with his bars on that, and believe it or not. So yeah, there you go. 7 out of 10. You should listen to it. If you're a Dave East fan, you already know what to expect. If you're not, you should definitely check it out. Or check out his older projects. Damn, that was loud. You check out his older projects. That'll work too. What's next on the docket?
Speaking of Young Dolph, you just brought him up. The retired / unretired / I guess he unretired again.
We don't know. But he had the best album of the weekend.
Yeah. Second favorite for me.
Okay.
Second favorite. But Rich Slave, you go ahead and introduce it.
All right, so Memphis crooner. He's not a crooner. Memphis rapper. Memphis rapper.
You made him crooning on
that nigga don't be crooning. Straight out of Memphis rapper. We all know him for what he did to Yo Gotti. Hey, that Yo Gotti, we brought that back up.
Oh, man,
that was funny.
We all know him for what he did.
You know what? I think we need to start talking about rappers we got to start talking about more rappers who have a sense of humor. Because I ain't gonna lie, he had some funny bar. That part where he said, it was in the opening song, Hold Up. He was like, I got fuck niggas recruiting other fuck niggas. I was just like, it was funny.
It's funny, yeah.
It was a funny bar. I'm like, man, we don't talk about funny rappers enough, man.
They don't even be trying to be funny. It just sometimes shit just be
it's just funny.
Yeah.
2 Chainz, but I think 2 Chainz knows he's funny, so.
It's some shit he be trying to say that's like kind of swaggy, but it do be kind of funny.
Funny, but Young Dolph definitely has some funny bars on this album. But anyway, so yeah, he dropped Rich Slave over the weekend. I don't know what project this is. He's dropped a lot of projects. Honestly, though, this might be my favorite project from him. Honestly, I think Quarantine was great to Young Dolph.
Made him reflect on some things.
Oh yeah, but even in the production, he's rapping on beats that I never would have pictured him rapping on. Death Row. Like, when I heard that Death Row beat, I'm like, wait, he's about to rap on this?
Yeah.
You had Death Row. I love that song with Meg Thee Stallion. Hey, that song Meg Thee Stallion's good.
It was a while back. Her rapping flow is really kind of, to me, it compliment. Who did I say? Key Glock. Her and Key Glock. He from Memphis too, right?
Yeah.
I think her flow is really kind of has some of that same Memphis influence to it. Obviously, you know, from the umbrella of 3-6, but that's a great song.
That's a good song. Like, that's a really good song. Anyway, yeah, even from the production, his lyrics, his flow, he experimented a lot on this album. And you know, if this is your first Young Dolph album, you probably won't realize it. But shit, just go back and listen to his previous what was the previous one? I forgot. Anyway, from 16 Zips, because that's when I started listening to him. So you had 16 Zips, King of Memphis, all that. This is easily his most experimental album, and it worked out. Like, I really, really enjoyed this album. I like that he worked with different producers too. He worked with a lot of producers on this album. Juicy J doesn't get enough credit for his production, by the way.
Oh, at all.
Juicy J does not get enough credit. That man be bodying these beats.
You know, it's hard to work with a lot of different people, but still have an album that sounds very much not disjointed
and sound like you.
But it's a very natural. It sounds very smooth. He sounds comfortable. There's not a song on there where he don't sound uncomfortable.
Yeah, I really hope he stays in this pocket. I hope he stays experimenting, because I've never heard him experiment like this, and it worked out.
But I think that I don't know his output in terms of like how much music he was putting out before, but I do think sometimes I think it's good for artists to take a break,
which is what he did.
And I think I think once he thought about retirement, maybe he just realized, okay, maybe I just need a break. And you can kind of step away from something a little bit. It's like if you are trying to do a project and you have like a brain fart, or you just writer's block and you're just stuck somewhere.
Yeah.
And you step away from something for a little bit, you come back with maybe a refreshed perspective, different ideas, different creative influence you can maybe attach to that. And I think that's probably one of the best things I think these young artists who just drop music or put out music constantly. I think that kind of hinders your ability to grow and ability to create. And like you said, I think that it's good to try different things, and that ultimately, like I said, he sounds really good here. Like I'm gonna tell you, the R&B song to me is probably my favorite song I heard out of everything we listened to.
That R&B song is crazy. Yeah. That's a good song.
So it's probably my favorite song out of everything. Like him and Meg complement each other really well.
Yeah. Meg ripped that shit.
Yeah, no doubt. So
I think he let Key Glock take some of the shine for a bit, because I think his last project, I think he was on Dumb and Dumber. I think that was the last one.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
After that, Key Glock kind of took over for a while, and now he's like, all right, let me step up, which is good, man. I'm glad he got that break in. It worked out in his favor. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and stop talking, because I can talk about this album. I love this album. Anyway, favorite songs, all of them. I liked every damn. Honestly, I don't have a favorite track. I liked every damn track.
Sometimes it's like that, bro.
Hey man, look, 9 out of 10. Shit, it might be a 10 out of 10. This was great. This was his best album, in my opinion. I think this is his best project. This is the most growth I think he's shown, and I'm really looking forward to what he got next. Okay, let me get some favorite. Let me get some favorite songs for real. Hold up. I See Dollar Signs, The Land, Death Row, R&B, Blue Diamonds, No Sense. You know, No Sense was originally supposed to have Key Glock and Offset. That's why it sounds so short.
Yeah.
Because when the original track list came out, Offset was on there. I hope he doesn't pull a deluxe edition.
Why do you think? Well, you know,
I think
now that you said it,
I think he's going to pull a deluxe edition.
Yeah, now that you said it.
Because on the original track list, Offset was, and because I was if you listen to the song, it sounds like
somebody else was supposed to be on it.
It sounds incomplete. It sounds like somebody. And then when I saw Offset, I'm like, that makes sense. And also, I can hear Offset on that beat. So, and I really like One Scale too. G Herbo did his thing on that. Man, I don't know, man. I like this album, man. 10 out of 10. Fuck it. Whatever.
Yeah, well.
10 out of 10.
Like I said, I personally, my second favorite project, I'm not going to stay too long on it, but I'm going to just rate it. For me, I would say it's a 9. Yeah. I'd say it's a 9. Like, you know, it's enjoyable. And to me, like I said, this is the difference in like the charisma and other elements of rapping than just having like bars. Yeah. And to me, he's very comfortable with different pockets of flows, different energy in the songs, and just understanding of it. And it sounds great. Like I said, I listened to it in the gym, which I think just further enhanced like the vibe of it. So not much else to add. Like I said, it's a 9 for me.
Yeah. If you aren't familiar with Young Dolph, this is the perfect project to start with. And if you are familiar, then I mean you gotta love it because this is great.
All right.
What's next?
All right, we pushing an hour 30. We got
we got Boldy.
Boldy James, the Versace tape, a joint collaboration with Boldy James and Jay Versace. I know him from Instagram. I know he's done stuff with music. I believe he was working with Westside Gunn before, but he produced all the tracks on the album. Yeah. Did you listen to it? Did you hear it?
Some. Because I wasn't in the right state of. I can't listen to this in the gym. Like you.
Well, it is short, so it's about
it's
20.
10 songs.
It's about 20 minutes, and well, technically it's like I think like the first song is it's just an intro. It's not even a song. Like Maria is like technically the first song, so it's like 9 songs, but it's a little different. The feel is a little different from Alchemist, but it's still kind of in that same vein, like kind of like that, the slow samples, the not a lot of drums, just letting Boldy do his thing. It was cool for me. I'm not gonna say I like Boldy James.
Was his last album better?
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
That's what I felt like was
I don't know if that's necessarily. I don't know if that's fair. Like Alchemist is a
Alchemist is Alchemist.
Different breed.
Yeah.
So, and that's no disrespect to Jay Versace, because like I said, this is a very I was intrigued. Like I said, I didn't know production wise that this was kind of the pockets that he could be in. But there were some good songs on here. I liked Long Live Julio, Monte Cristo. But like you said, for me, now that we're out now and you listen to music when you're out, sometimes it's like, damn, I gotta listen to this somewhere different.
Yeah, I didn't, and I've been on the move since Friday. This isn't one of them albums I want to listen to on the move.
So I drove, and it was because I saw the album was short, or the project was short. I was like, okay, well, I'll listen to it on the drive, and it's chill. It's real chill. I think if you're not familiar with Boldy James, he's kind of an acquired taste.
Yeah.
It's funny because I just talked about Dave East being monotone. He's not that different in that way. But what I like about Boldy is he kind of has found a sound that is not common. I'm not going to say it's super unique because, Griselda, and they kind of getting that. And I know he works with Griselda, or he's signed to Griselda. So it's kind of that same wheelhouse, that same type of vibe, those slow samples and stuff like that. And he's more descriptive in his bars than he is as far as like being like a technical like lyricist. So not bad. It ain't Pricey of China. I will say that. They ain't no Surf and Turf on there. What it seemed like. They ain't no Surf and Turf on there, which I know is not fair because it's Vince is on there too. There's no Giant Slide on there. But if you do like Boldy, I think you enjoy it. I enjoyed it. Like I said, it's cool. It's cool. I give it a 7, a 7.5. It's a cool project. So,
all right. We got next Cash Page to someone you wanted to.
Well, I listened to it. Honestly, I saw the list we had, and I was like, okay, we got rap. I said, who came out R&B? And I didn't. Okay. So I looked it up, and I've heard her on a song with Don Toliver before, so I'm not super familiar with her. So I checked it out. Excuse me. And I like it, man. I gotta say, the very first song that I heard, I think it's called London. She kind of gave me like Dej Loaf vibes a little bit in terms of like just her flow and stuff like that.
Okay.
But she's kind of in that umbrella of Summer Walker-ish. Some like as far as the vibe. So a little Dej Loaf, a little Summer Walker, a little like that wheelhouse of artists. She had a really good song here, Grammy Week with her and Don Toliver. That song's hard as shit. She got Isaiah Rashad to come out of hiding, and he got a song. He got a song. She got a song on here. She got a song on here with K Camp that's pretty good. 42 Doug that's pretty good.
How she just plugged? She just plugged in. Oh man.
Yeah, she got some.
I'm listening.
Yeah. Mrs. Lonely is a really dope song. Like I said, I'm not like I said. This is kind of like my first as a new listener, and that's when I do these reviews. Sometimes for the listeners, I try to sometimes experiment with artists that I'm not really familiar with because I think as we like to do, we come across artists and we're not really sure, how we should approach it. But so to me, it's cool because I have a blank slate. Like I don't know what to expect, so I didn't know what to expect. But I was pretty impressed. She's only 19. I think she's got a very, very high ceiling, and if she's plugged in with these types of people early in her career,
yeah. How'd she get Isaiah Rashad? What the hell?
Yeah, so I don't know if she's had like different writing credits on different projects, maybe, but because sometimes I know that's how some of these artists, some of these people get in. They get in as writers and stuff on other things, and they kind of maybe develop that network.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I think you would like. I think if I were to recommend one song to you on here, I think you would like Grammy Week. I know you like Don Toliver.
Yeah.
They complement each other well on the song. Grammy Week's pretty good. Soul Ties, Jaded, Mrs. Lonely are really, really good songs. For me, first listen, not really knowing her that well, I say it's 8. It's pretty solid.
I just downloaded it.
Yeah, so
I'll check it out.
We'll have to stick on it. We can check it out when you get a chance.
All right.
So
all right, let's get in these singles.
let's not disrespect the boy any longer.
Yeah.
Get it.
We'll just before we get into the boy, we'll just say the other ones. You got Internet Money featuring Gunna, Nav, and Don Toliver, Lemonade. That's a really good song. Nav is Nav, Gunna is Gunna, but Don Toliver smoked that hook. So yeah, check that one out. I didn't listen to this yet. Nas and Hit Boy. Nas has an album coming out next week called Kings something, and it's called Ultra Black.
I heard it. It's cool, and I say that hesitantly only because the discussion around Nas has always been like the beat selection.
Yeah.
So now that I hear him I hear him working with someone like Hit Boy.
That surprised me.
I didn't know what to expect. So it wasn't necessarily what I expected when I heard it, but they are doing, from what I understand, they're actually doing a joint project. The album is completely produced by Hit Boy.
Okay.
So that kind of does make me want to listen to it now, because now I'm interested. Now I'm interested to see,
I'm
like,
curious.
Yeah. So exactly. So it's a cool song. I know people are talking about he made a small jab at Doja Cat. Stop calling shit a diss. That's not a diss. He didn't diss her. He made a jab, and this is what hip hop is. If we want people in these spaces, then shit like this happens. He didn't go super crazy. It was in passing, and people just got to stop being sensitive about shit. But
and then you had Anderson .Paak and Rick Ross. Did you listen? Yep. I didn't even see that came out till this morning.
Yep. Anderson .Paak, Rick Ross, another song that is produced by Hit Boy, and Hit Boy's been busy. Hit Boy's he's been working.
Is the song good?
Yeah, Ross is
Ross not playing out here.
Yeah, he killed that shit. Yeah, Ross versus Fire. Anderson .Paak is pretty good too. I like Anderson .Paak. Cut Him In. It's a good song. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's it for the one-offs.
All right, let's get into the boy. What'd you think?
I like the song.
I didn't like it at first, but after, I feel like if you watch the video, I liked it. I think I didn't like that Dirk was so short though.
I actually prefer just to listen to the song. Like, I think those little those cuts in the video, it's a little distracting for me, because I really like the song, and this is coming from someone who I didn't like Tootsie Slide when it came out. Granted, that's mixtape shit. This is album shit.
Yeah,
but I didn't like Tootsie Slide when it came out. I really like this song, and I like the feature with Dirk. I like that he talked a little bit. He gave Kanye a little jab.
Do you really think that was a jab at Kanye?
The little gap thing. Yeah, it's a little.
The gap, and he has something else. He said you can't pay me enough to.
Yeah, it's a little. Yeah, talking a little.
Now, I will say Dirk definitely took a shot at Tekashi though. That was absolutely
that was direct. Yes, that was absolutely a shot. So, which I like. Hey, make it plain if you. So, but it's a great song. It's a great song. I thought. Hearing him work with Dirk, I was a little surprised. Not in a bad way, but just. I was just surprised. But like I said, it's a song I like a lot. And like I said, I would prefer just to hear it straight through and not have those video cuts kind of, break it down for me. Even though the video, I get it. He's at Nike headquarters.
What do you thought about that car? Him getting the Maybach before. Do you think it was theory? I think they just loaned it to him. That's a theory. But
still.
The fact that he was even driving
still, they loaned it to him. So, I mean, it's still saying something, even if they loaned it.
I wonder how you got that. You think, what? I think.
Listen, you rub shoulders with enough NBA niggas.
I think it was the head of Nike that got it for him, to be honest with you.
Hey, checks over stripes.
I'm pretty sure the CEO of Nike probably cool with the CEO of Mercedes, and then that's how
he can. I mean, Drake is not a person that has a hard time getting something if he wants it for a video.
Right.
So.
Because that was a big deal. Everybody was like, yo, how did he get that car? And I was like, I don't think he bought it. I'm pretty sure they just...
I don't imagine it was a huge argument about him getting the shit.
Nah.
So.
But, it was dope. I wanted Dirk's part. I feel like Dirk was really about to take off, and then they cut him short.
Drake can't have that.
That's what I think happened.
No.
I really think that's what happened in that song.
Drake can't. Oh, no, you don't.
I guarantee you there's an extended version of that song where Dirk has a longer verse, and he took off on that shit, and Drake was like, no.
It's like that song on the Dark Lanes demo tapes, the song with him and Chris Brown. He didn't let Chris Brown get no verse off. It's like, yeah, you can do some background shit. You can give him a little bit of spice, but
yeah, cause that part where Dirk said we and Drake, what did you say?
We and Drake with some Drakes.
Yeah. I was like, oh,
that was a hard. That was
hard.
Yeah, that was a hard bar.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I like it the more. I think I do like it more without the video, but the video is definitely entertaining. Drake is a great marketer. He doesn't get enough credit for his marketing. He basically just remember how Hotline Bling turned into a big ass meme? He basically just did the same thing.
I think Drake is just always I think he does get credit. I just think I think he just has the vision first. And then what appears as corny in the beginning then becomes like
the
thing. So he's good at that. He is good at that. And like I said, I like the song. I think we spoke about it. That could have been a dope album title.
I think he should have named an album. I think it would have been a better album title, but
but
that's just me.
But yeah.
But I feel like the video is low key a troll too to athlete. Like that's what I mean. Like that's some genius shit. Like you made a dope video, but it's a meme, but it's also a troll, and I don't know. You gotta be different. You gotta be a different level of thinking to do something like that. So I don't know. It's a good song.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna hit the deep dive on it because we already hour 30. What you been watching?
I wanted to watch Project Power.
I heard it wasn't that good.
Don't tell me that.
Okay, my bad.
But I didn't hear anything about it, which kind of leaned me towards that anyway.
When's the last time you saw JGL in a movie? It's been a while, hasn't it?
I watched the movie on Amazon Prime, the 7500, the one I told you about. He was the pilot.
Okay.
But before that, I want to say probably Dark Knight Rises. He was the cop.
Damn, it's been that long?
As far as me seeing him.
Man,
he may have been in something after that, but that's the first thing that popped in my head.
Man, JGL, yeah, he was off the scene for a while.
Yeah. But no, we're almost finished season 1 of Dark. We got one more episode. I've been kind of busy, and like me and my girl, we try to sync up the times to watch a show. But
I'm about to say you was on season 1. Like
I know,
5
but
episodes ago.
by the time she gets off of work, because she on West Coast time.
Yeah,
I'll be about to go to sleep, so it don't be panning out. What about you, man? What you?
I've been watching those DC animated movies. Like I told you, I've been getting into them, but they just dope.
Yeah, man.
Some of that writing is better than the shit we see in movie theaters.
Well, that's what disappoints me about. That's what's disappointing, is that I watch those DC animated films, and then I immediately go into the live action comparison.
Yeah,
I'm like, yeah, y'all can't come up with something remotely as good as this.
Yeah, because those animated movies, they good, man. And you see a lot of inspiration. You can see where a lot of those movies take their inspiration from.
Yeah, and for me, the last one I watched was, I think it was Justice League Apocalypse Dark War or something like that. But they was making a plan to run down on Darkseid, but he was spying on them, so he knew they was coming, and he basically just like, when they came,
Plan.
Yeah, he was like, yeah, nigga, we on your head. But what Darkseid did that was kind of dope is that he didn't, the major superheroes he didn't kill. He basically made them like different tools, or he fucked them up. Like with Superman, he injected him with him with kryptonite, so it was in his bloodstream. Mm-hmm. So basically, his powers was very much hampered. Cyborg, he did some shit to make him like this little mainframe computer shit. Wonder Woman, he made her Hawkgirl, but it's a very much like it's not a happy ending. I'll tell you that. Even when they get to the ending, the shit is
still bad.
Yeah, which I like, because you don't normally, you see the superhero movies, you like, oh man, I wonder how they're gonna come out of this. And even when they came out of it, it was more so like they had to salvage what was left, because the damage had already been done. But those movies, like I said, I always think are really, really good.
Yeah, they're I watched Dark Knight Returns, which I like what they did with the Joker in that. That was good. What was the other one I watched? I watched the Red Hood one.
Under the Red Hood?
The Red Hood. Yeah. I watched that.
That's a really
good one.
Yeah.
What else? I watched like 4 of them shits. Flashpoint Paradox, that was great.
There's a bunch of them.
Flashpoint Paradox was great.
The Justice League versus Teen Titans is a good one.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna watch some more pretty soon. That's like my new thing now.
What's another one? The Teen Titans Judas Contract, or I can't remember the exact name of it. But essentially, DC animated films, great. If you hate the live action shit, watch the animated.
Yeah, the animated film's good. And I'm also watching F is for Family with Bill Burr and Justin Long and some other people I don't remember. It's about this dude who, he's just this family guy trying to survive in the 60s or the 70s. I think it's the 70s. And it's an animated show. But he has like a dysfunctional relationship with both his sons. But his daughter loves him. The wife is unhappy. But it's a pretty good show. It's funny. It's a really funny show though. Like,
I'm gonna check it out.
And it shows the struggles, but it also shows the highlights of being in the family too. So it's good. I really like it. Anyway, so yeah, check that one out. Sports.
hey, I said the same thing, bro. I'm like, yeah, let's end on some. Let's end on a humorous note. Sports. So the Seahawks player, pardon me if I'm mispronouncing the name, Kima. Yeah.
Kima Severin.
So basically, this former Seahawks player, rookie, he tried to have a little female companion, snuck into the hotel, disguised as a Seahawks player. And when I first heard this thing, man, I was gonna come in here on some. See, this is why brothers gotta keep I was gonna come with that angle, and then the more I read
it's funny.
It's just kind of funny, man. It's really funny actually. Now I'm just kind of figuring out. Now I'm just wondering like how he got caught. Like
I read that security snitched on him.
Yeah, I wonder, but I hope he wasn't like, yo, this is like the defensive lineman. She's like 5'8", like 150. Like, oh man, but I don't really have nothing, no deep takeaway. For those of you guys who think that the Seahawks went too far by cutting them, maybe they did, but the reality is this. He didn't get arrested. They didn't fine him. He's not banned from the NFL. He just got cut from the team. He can try out again. He can get picked up by another team. It's just laugh. And I'm sure, like I said, if the kid was good enough to be put on the roster, he can work his way back to being on another team, or hell, they may even something may happen over time. People get hurt and he may end up on the roster sometime in the future. The moral of the story for me is, if you're going to bring someone into the hotel, be a starter.
Exactly. Be Patrick Mahomes.
You know what Patrick Mahomes does? He calls Andy Reid and says, yo, I got something coming up here for me. If you want to go ahead and slide that key, I left that key down at the front desk. If you want to just
imagine being a security guard that catches a female pretending to be the kicker.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like, it's just
that's funny. I know people are like, oh, this is what black people always get this short end. It's kind of funny.
You gotta know. You have to know. Have self-awareness. You are a rookie. You're not even a starter.
Shit, you ain't really even on the team.
The NFL is a league of rule breaking, but you got to know who you are if you want to break the rules.
Exactly.
Lamar Jackson can get someone into the hotel room. Patrick Mahomes can get someone into the hotel room. Travis Kelce can get someone into the hotel room.
Keep Severin, no.
And they don't have to exactly. And they don't have to sneak shit. They can make a phone call or shoot a text and say, "Yo, I got something downstairs coming through."
Man,
but when you are, what's the dude's name?
Keema Severin.
Yeah, you can't sneak in shit. that's sorry. That's how it works.
So yeah, I don't know. I thought that was funny.
It is funny. And Pete, listen, man. Look, and like I said, I was ready to go serious with it and get all. But listen, man.
I was at first, so I found out she was dressed as a Seahawks player.
That's funny. That's funny. Like, that was the best idea he got. He was like, "Yo, let me just." He can't not no room service lady or nothing. He was like, "Yo, put this jersey on.
Put a jersey on. Put my jersey on.
Practice jersey.
You're Keema Severin.
Come on, man."
I wonder whose jersey he used. Maybe that's what got him called. What if it turned out he used like Russell Wilson jersey?
Wait a minute, you're not the star quarterback.
The most famous player on the team.
You're not the star. Yo, man.
Oh shit. All right, man. So,
you just lie better.
Hey man, shout out to Keema wherever you are. I'm sure you get picked up.
Listen, at the end of the day, he still has the opportunity.
Yeah,
he'll be able to he can try out for a team. Hell, he may be picked up again. That's how the NFL works. People lose jobs and they get jobs all the time. And yes, it is hard to get into the NFL, but he got there at some point. And look, man, the game is the game. He chose cheeks over checks. And it cost him. He made the choice. Listen, man. It's like when the coach calls a play and it's the wrong play. He just called the wrong play. That's it.
Completely wrong play.
He called the wrong play. He tried to keep me sneak.
All right.
10-yard loss.
Nigga sacked.
Exactly. Hey, security guard at 10. Yeah, we spotted that. So look, that's all that happened, man. That's all that happened here.
I ain't gonna lie to that security guard kind of lame for that shit. He ain't off the hook. You kind of lame.
Listen, man. It's like I said. You can say that they shouldn't have cut him, and maybe they shouldn't have, but they cut him. But again, he's not banned for life from the NFL. Yeah. He can get his. He has a chance to get back on the team. Just chuckle it up. Charges to the game. It happens. So,
all right.
Don't let it be a white girl too. They're like, "Oh, see, this is what happens."
That's what I wanted. I've actually been wondering if the girl was white. That's what I've been wondering.
You know they're gonna run with that. If they find out, dude, see, this is wrong. Now we really get those think pieces. The black athlete, and now
if she was black, I don't know, man. That shit's gonna. If it was a white guy and a black girl, they would have let it go.
Oh man,
that shit would have been.
Yeah, I hope she's not white, because then they'll make it serious, and then I'm gonna be like, all right, man.
I really hope she was black too.
Yeah,
or just not white, Asian, anything.
No, it's gotta be black.
Yep. Damn, bro.
When you have a non-black woman, this is what you get. You lose your job.
Oh, man. You say you watch Portland, the Portland and the Nets.
Oh, I watched some of it. I know. Well, this is a Saturday, but I know that right now Memphis and Portland's playing for their the play-in game.
Right now? Like as we speak?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, no, it's like 5:00 now, so it may be over. But they so the way it's set up is that Portland, if they win, they're in. Memphis has to beat them twice.
Portland won.
Oh, that's that on that. How much Dame had?
Dame had.
I'm gonna say 40.
45.
35.
45.
45. Okay, I know Dame cooked.
Oh wait, I looked at the wrong thing. He had 31.
Okay, okay.
That's still
I mean,
pretty good.
look, it's
Melo went off too. Melo had 21.
You know it's bad when the nigga go for 30 and like, oh, he just had 30. He just had 30.
This dude Zach Collins played 7 minutes.
Hey, it's time to be like that.
And got 1 rebound.
Hey, it's time. It's the game that matters. But yeah, so I guess we got our the East and West is decided. So now Portland.
Wow, these stats are kind of trash. Now that I'm looking at them. All right. Well, there you go.
All right. So the playoffs are decided. Portland has the 8th seed, and they will be playing the Lakers in the first round. I think the Lakers are going to have a little bit of trouble. I think it's going to go 6 games. Lakers in 6.
You got Lakers in 6.
Mm-hmm.
If Portland beats them, that would probably be the biggest upset of this whole thing.
If Portland beats the if Portland beats the Lakers, then LeBron's GOAT conversation is going to take a massive.
You know who's going to kill him? Skip Bayless.
Well, Skip's going to be torn because now Skip got to elevate Dame to shit on LeBron.
Uh-huh.
You know, he been shitting on Dame already.
Too.
So now he got to make a decision. Either he gonna shit on Dame or he gonna that's kind of where you know they got their little beef Skip and Dame.
Yeah.
So even like Skip is like, yo, for the first 43 minutes and 58 seconds, Dame was Michael Jordan like, but those last 4 minutes, he had 1 point, 1 turnover. He just was like, my nigga, come on, bro.
Do you like Skip Bayless? I don't like Skip Bayless.
He does little slick shit like that. He's like Tekashi. He's like the Tekashi of
sports commentator.
Yeah, because what Skip Bayless has mastered is the art of ratings. It don't matter what the fuck he say. Well, excuse me, it does matter what he says. It doesn't matter that it's necessarily true or accurate, but it matters that I'm going to say the thing that I know is going to generate conversation.
Yeah.
So from that perspective, I think he's brilliant. But just as an overall personality, it's just now that you kind of see the magician's trick, not that it's like a super intricate trick, but now I know it for what it is. So it's like I can't say I care for him. He's made a nice healthy career shitting on one of the greatest basketball players of all time.
When I was in high school, I wanted to punch Skip Bayless in the face.
But
now that I'm older, I just don't like him.
I mean, like I said, like to me, he owes as much shit he talks about LeBron James. He's in LeBron James' debt.
Oh yeah,
he has a career because of him. Not just a career, but in the talk debate arena, he's on the Mount Rushmore of the talk debate arena because of LeBron James.
Mm-hmm.
So I think in if you ask Skip Bayless off camera and off air and outside of his persona, he probably likes LeBron.
Oh yeah.
He probably likes a lot of these guys. But again, he's a character on a show and he has to live it up. And for me, it just takes away from I understand it, but I don't respect it.
Yeah.
Because he's playing the ratings game.
Yeah, I never liked Skip.
So yeah.
Did you watch Utah game? I was in and out of it. My power actually went out during that game.
Yeah, not really. I mean, I know
I already had Utah winning.
Well, Spurs are out of the playoffs anyway now. So I know the playoff picture has been decided. I guess the last thing before we dip out.
Did you see that? That was the first time in 22 years that Popovich hasn't gone to the playoffs.
That's impressive.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and I think it's impressive. And I'm not a huge Spurs fan, mainly because I'm a Lakers fan, and they've had those battles in the past. But I will say even with missing the playoffs, it's impressive in the sports arena to be in the playoff hunt for over 2 decades.
Yeah.
That's very, very hard to do. And I think that their organization, they should be commended for that. And I'm not sure why other teams that struggle don't try to emulate that same culture.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I mean, it's showing. There's success in it. You know what I mean? You know, you got Philly trusting the process, and all them niggas do is get hurt.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, it's unfortunate, but yeah. So
who you got to play now? I forgot.
The standings now.
Nuggets.
Yeah, I think Denver.
Oh,
yeah.
they played them last year for the semifinals. I don't remember. They played them for something last year.
Yeah, I don't remember. But
I know they played them in the playoffs though. I just don't remember what it was for.
Who the Rockets play? The Mavs?
I don't know, man.
Because Westbrook is out for the first
76ers. Oh wait, that was yesterday.
Well, I'm talking about they had the
Thunder. That's gonna be good. I'm watching that.
Well, they traded Chris Paul. I think to me he's been the most underappreciated player. And like I said, even though Billy Donovan, I don't have it for my coach of the year, but what they've been able to do with Oklahoma City as a team that was written off when they traded Chris Paul. Mm-hmm. And now you have a situation where Russell Westbrook is hurt. James Harden's probably going to ball, but I don't think that's going to be enough. Houston going to have some trouble.
It's going to be. I think it's going to be a good series.
They're going to have some trouble. I'm gonna say that's going to be my upset series.
Got Thunder.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I don't know. It can go either way with me.
Yeah. So, all right, we 2 hours in.
All right, let's get this question out the way. I'm hungry. You ever tried to get a girl into something that she wasn't into before? Like you actively tried. You knew the chances were low, but you still went for it.
And
if you did, how'd you go about it?
Not off the top of my head. Something may come to me, but I'm sure you have an answer for.
I absolutely have an answer.
Please.
Shoes. I tried to get every girl I've been with in the shoes, but I do it on like some slick shit. Like I'll be looking at shoes on my phone, and then they'll be like sitting across the room, and then I'll slide over like, "Hey babe, what you think of these?" And they be like, "Yeah." And I already know what I'm thinking. I don't really care what they think, but I'll see. I get their opinion, and then I'll slowly but surely, as we get done, I start looking at the female shoes. I'll be like, "What if I bought you these?" And then it just gets deeper. You just dig that hole, and then eventually they get there.
I think maybe sports. Like like you be having a girl and she don't watch basketball like that.
Yeah.
But or you be into it.
Yeah. I tried that before.
Yeah.
I've been unsuccessful with sports.
That's tough.
Sports is a hard one.
That's tough. Because they don't understand why you so mad about some shit. They don't understand why are you yelling? It's like, yo,
calm down.
No, I ain't calm.
Like, no.
Damn, these niggas can't shoot.
The Falcons are losing.
Other than that, I don't know if this is necessarily exactly your question, but I've had a movie that I really like. Like, I really love Training Day. And Training Day is probably my favorite movie. I've seen it more than any other movie. I know for sure. I quote lines from the shit. I love that movie. Sharon had never seen the movie, so I got her to watch the movie, thinking that she would appreciate it for its greatness as much as I did. And poor her. She just didn't see the vision. She just didn't see it.
What do you mean you don't get it?
She was like, it was all right.
What was your argument? I know you probably went ballistic. You probably was like, "Yo, what the fuck?" You was like
all the scenes that I like that I just I'm watching this like my favorite scenes and I'm looking at her like unenthused and I'm just like, Get off me.
Go home. Sleep in your own bed tonight.
What's that meme with Principal Skinner? Pathetic. But nah, man. So maybe like a show or something like that. Same thing with a show. Like, you really be into a show. You trying to get a girl to lock into it. Just don't. That's just not for me. It's like, all right, go away.
I'm watching the show.
Exactly.
Go play with your phone.
Just maybe something like that. Sports are like a show. That's probably something that I would say.
I gave up on trying to get girls into sports because that's hard. I think it's easier to do it if you actually take them to a game or something.
Yeah, I think if they watch it, it's different than just like on TV. Like if they actually go to the game, it's a little different. Yeah, man. Anything else that?
No, man. I think we covered everything. I had another question, but I'm kind of hungry and
shit. I don't have an answer. So
I don't actually. Honestly, the more I look at the question, I'm like, I don't think I got the answer for this one either.
I don't have an answer. I seen it too. All right, so let's go ahead and wrap it up. What I do want to say real quick is happy birthday to Nipsey Hussle. Yep. We miss you. He would have been 35 today. Rest in peace. And I did want to get that out the way. There was a topic regarding him, but I wasn't going to bring it up because I don't like this dude that's involved.
That's fair.
But for the audience, we appreciate you guys tuning in. Thank you again. If you're watching us on YouTube, please subscribe, please share, comment, like, give us your feedback. We appreciate it.
Yep.
We're episode 23, and we're just continuously trying to improve. So we appreciate your support. And anything else you want to say before we close out? Boy, you hungry, boy.
Look, man. Be safe. Wear your mask.
Drink water.
Read the entire article.
Do your push-ups.
If you're gonna read the article, read the whole thing. Don't
read the whole thing.
Don't read the headline. That's all I got.
All right, everybody have a safe week, and we will see you guys next week. We're out of here.
Yep.
Peace.